I read the news so that you don't have to. Imagine your accountant quietly putting aside £188 million just in case they get sued. Not for tax mistakes, not for admin errors, for potentially missing billions worth of fraud. Yeah. Welcome to Big Four Accounting. As you can see, the headline says EY sets aside record £188 million for fines and legal claims. So what's going on? Well, one of the biggest accounting firms in the world, EY, has just set aside this record amount of £188 million in the UK to cover fines, lawsuits, and regulatory investigations. Just in case you're wondering, that's not normal. In fact, it's the highest they've ever set aside, and about 7 times more than their usual yearly average. And it's happening because people are starting to question whether auditors are actually doing their job. Okay, so let's break this down properly. Auditors like EY are meant to do one key thing: check company accounts and basically say, yep, that looks legit. But recently, a lot of things have not been looking legit. We're talking collapsed companies, massive fraud cases, billions disappearing, and auditors allegedly missing red flags. The big one? NMC Health, a hospital operator that collapsed after a huge fraud scandal. EY got hit with a £2 billion lawsuit for that one. Now, they settled it quietly, they didn't admit any wrongdoing, you know the spiel, but let's be real, you don't set aside £188 million for vibes, and it doesn't stop there. EY is currently dealing with multiple regulatory investigations, questions over audits like Shell, the post office scandal, and even failed companies like Made.com. At one point, they had more investigations than any other Big Four firm. So yeah, the pressure was kind of pressuring. And this is why this matters. This isn't just about EY. This is about the entire system. Auditors are supposed to be like the gatekeepers of capitalism, okay? They're supposed to be protecting investors, keeping companies honest. But if they're missing major red flags, settling lawsuits quietly, and just budgeting for getting sued, then exactly what are we paying them for? And the real issue is this: if this keeps happening, one of two things will happen. Regulators will come down hard, more fines, stricter rules, maybe even breaking up the Big Four, or investors lose trust in financial statements altogether, and we know once trust goes, the whole system starts to look a bit shaky. So yeah, 188 million isn't just a number, it's basically EY saying we might have a few problems, and yeah, we kind of know that.